Hello everyone and welcome back to Tuesdays with Tom. My name is Tom Hamp. I'm a business and leadership coach with Advocoach in Michigan. And what you're looking at today is what we call Tuesdays with Tom. We do this every Tuesday at 9:30 where we talk about business issues, things with business. And today we're going to continue our conversation with the Leadership Challenge, a book that I'll show you in a second. But we're going to continue to talk about Inspired to Shared Visions, one of the 5 practices of exemplary leadership. Before we get there, I want to talk about our sponsor today, the people that make me look good on camera, and that is Cold Box Live. This episode of Tuesdays with Tom is brought to you by Cold Box Live. Cold Box Live is a professional live streaming service that takes your live videos to the next level using professional production equipment, clear audio and graphics like nameplates, logos, and more. If you'd like to take the hassle out of your next live video and look professional on screen, visit the link right here to learn more and book your session today. So thank you to Cold Box Live. And we want to say thank you for watching and listening. You can participate a couple of different ways. One, by asking questions, and 2, by sharing this video with others. Not only this video, but future videos as well. And we certainly have a library of videos that you can go back to and share with others that you may think are challenged or struggling with different areas that we discuss. Want to give certainly props to the Leadership Challenge. This is a book by James Koussis and Barry Posner. This is where a lot of this information comes from. They do a great job. It's in its 6th edition, and they've done a great job over the years of making sure all the information is up to date. But a great book on leadership and how it affects us on a day-to-day basis. Today, as I talked about, we're going to, by the end, we hope that you will take with you after watching today in understanding what leaders need to be a visionary. And we're going to talk a little bit about that in a second, because when somebody says you need to be a visionary, people can seize up. But we want to talk a little bit about what that entails. And then also the importance of bringing others along with you in your journey. If you're the leader of an organization, you have to get people to buy in with what you're talking about and what the direction you want the organization to go. Otherwise, it's you kind of dragging people along, and that's not a good place to be. So again, how to do that, the importance of it, and how to get it accomplished. So remember, just a quick review on the 5 practices of exemplary leadership, and that's model the way. Today we'll be talking about inspire a shared vision. Number 3 is called challenge the process. D is enable others to act, and E is encourage the heart. So let's get right into it. Is that a lot of times when we talk about this particular practice, people get a little bit scared and afraid of that they might not have this skill. What it all entails really is to be able to envision the future. We want to imagine a positive future. So when you get up in front of your constituents, your employees, the people that are following you, how do we tell them where this particular entity, organization is going? So first of all, we want to imagine the possibilities, okay? So constituents want this from their leaders. This is something that they ask for, especially in the research that's done by the book, is that they want this from their leaders. They want to know where organization's going. But we know that it's not easy to be able to stand up and say, this is where this particular organization is going, this is what we expect, those types of things. A lot of times it's not logical. It's difficult to explain. Those people that are really good at it, when asked about how did you know that you were going to take the company in this direction, they can't put a logical step-by-step process in place. Sometimes they feel that it's gut or it's just a feeling they've had. So how can we start to do this? How can we acquire the skill to do this better than maybe we're doing right now, or to start doing it if we're not doing it at all? So first of all, we want to reflect on our past. So look at some reoccurring lifelong themes that you've been going through. That will kind of tip off some of the things that you're maybe passionate about, or things that are high on the priority list. So take some time to reflect on that past. Also attend to the present. A lot of times we get busy in the day-to-day stuff. If you can stop, look, and listen. I know that's easier said than done a lot of times, but in the present day business or organization that you have, again, maybe take some time, set aside some time each day to notice what's going on around you. And then we also want to continue to prospect the future. This entails maybe some reading, some thinking, and talking talking to people that maybe know more than you, are industry experts, those types of things to make sure that we're prospecting the future. And then express your passion. People want to see that. They want to know that you are passionate about the things that you're talking about and what you care about. So what's important enough to put the time in and make sacrifices for, that's what your passion is. So search what your passion is and be able to share that with your constituents. So not only imagine the possibilities, but find a common purpose. Your constituents want to see themselves in the picture. They want to know how they can be involved. It's not just you dragging them along. How can they be involved? How can they contribute? That will make them feel good about themselves, that they are contributing to the organization and the direction. So we want to be able to find that common person, want to listen deeply. Things have changed over the years. It's not just a separation between a supervisor and the constituents and or employees. We want to get closer to what makes our employees tick, what's their passions, those types of things in conversation. So we want to listen deeply to others by asking pretty good questions, and then certainly make maybe sometimes even tough questions, but then invoke the active listening process to make sure that you're hearing what they're saying. Make it a cause for commitment. We want to. It's more than, especially in the new generations that come to work for you. It's more than just the money. It's the experience. People want to follow with a meaningful purpose. If they get enjoyment out of their workday because they're really doing what they are passionately concerned about, that's what makes the experience of working for your particular organization key. And then look forward in times of rapid change. You can go faster when not in the fog. So think about when you're driving in a fog, you tend to slow down, you tend to grip the wheel a little tighter, you certainly have a heightened sense of awareness. When the fog lifts, you accelerate, you probably relax a little bit more because you can see around you. So it's the same thing in business. When you have clear vision, when you give your people the vision of where a company's going, although it might not be 100% accurate, they have a plan that they can go from. We've done numerous rolling out of strategic plan and planning situations where we have boards and we're showing people where we're going, not only in the next 90 days and year, but in 3 to 5 years and even 10 to 15 years. And you can't even believe the reaction that you get from employees saying thank you for sharing information that typically is not shared with people outside the C-suite or the upper echelon of the management. So take the time to share your vision of where the company's going, and then look forward in times of rapid change to be able to do that. And then enlist others. How do we engage others? We want to appeal to those common ideals that they have. We want to connect to what's meaningful to others. So we want to tell constituents how they make a difference in our company and have a positive impact on what we're trying to do. I don't think that's done enough. A lot of times we thank them for what they do as far as work, but give them the big picture. Tell them how they impacted. A quick story is, a football team. Not everybody gets to start. You have those consistent practice players that never seem to get into a game. It's important to let them know that they make the whole team better by practicing hard and going hard against the starters to make the starters better. It's a full team effort. Same thing with leadership, is that if you tell your constituents that they have a positive impact on how the company operates in the direction that it's going, everyone wins. Take pride in being unique. I mean, not a lot of companies take the time to continue to let their people know how unique they are in the industry that they belong in. So many times we just are relegated to the fact that we're just like everybody else, whether it's heating and cooling, whether it's insurance. You're not like everybody else. Continue to go over what is unique about your company and let the people know that is the uniqueness that makes us thrive and win in the marketplace. Align your dream with the people's dream. Challenge people to, I challenge you to go back. If you've never listened or read Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech, please do that. That, to me, is a great example of how someone aligns his dreams with the common people's dreams. This is what everybody was looking for, and he uses a lot of great verbiage in that speech. So go back, read that, listen to that, and really kind of write down observations on how he connects with the common people that are out there, because It's a message for everybody, not just a certain segregated part of our population. It was for everybody going forward. So again, that translates into business and how we speak, how we can connect with our constituents. Another thing is to animate the vision. A lot of people don't really understand some of this, so we want to help others see and feel how their interests and aspirations align with the total vision of where we're going, whether it's an organization, company, or what have you. A common pushback is that I'm not Martin Luther King, I don't speak well, I can't do those types of things. Of all the 5 exemplary practices, this one makes people the most uncomfortable, mostly because it's expressing their emotion, their passion. So if we can get you out of suppressing that and understanding what your passion and emotion is and expressing that to people, people will connect. I'm sure you have a number of stories about, seeing people speak and expressing their emotions, and you immediately connect with that and follow that. And it works just like that in business and in leadership. They want something, a commitment and something to follow. So give them that with the passion, true passion behind that. We can do this by using symbolic language. Pay attention to the words you use. Don't get lazy and use words everybody else does, but certainly use good, positive words in some of the messages that you deliver. We want to create some images for the future, so paint some of those images with your vision, with stories, success stories of the company up to this point, but also other companies that may have tried some of the stuff with leadership and how it has transformed that particular company. Practice positive communication. We don't want we don't want to hang and listen to whiners and negative people all day long. Certainly make sure that we are using positive communication throughout our organization. Express your emotions. These emotions are, especially enthusiasm, is infectious. So make sure that you present yourself in that way, and then speak genuinely. People know when you're faking it. So be real. Only really convey what matters, and don't try to baffle them with the fluff that comes sometimes with trying to fill, a message that you think they want to hear. Just be real on what your intentions are, and I think you're further ahead. So that's kind of it in a nutshell. Next week on Tuesdays with Tom, if you join us, we'll discuss the next practice of exemplary leadership called Challenge the Process. I want to thank Cooper Spalding for joining us today. So he had a quick question before we leave, and that is, he said he's had definitely this come up with guys that work with us. I always can't help wonder if they like or agree with the direction I want the company to go. And the best answer to that, really, Cooper, is sit down and talk to them about what they feel they want out of the company, what they would do in your spot. Ask tough questions. To understand. It's your vision for sure, but you can certainly get a lot of insight by sitting down talking with people that are in your employ and really getting them to open up about what they would do maybe as a CEO, but also what they want to accomplish as somebody that is one of your constituents and or employees. So good question. It's always one of those very difficult things, but open up, get the ideas. That doesn't mean you're going to change, but you certainly get an opportunity to listen to the potential of some of the people that are in the trenches for you, and certainly could bring new ideas and direction to possibly the way you want to go. So a recap of our discussion today. We talked about inspire a shared vision. We want to envision the future by imagining exciting and enabling possibilities. So keep that open, and then list others in a common vision by appealing to shared aspirations. Get their feedback. Get your people's feedback on the direction that they feel the company can go, because they're going to get more out of it. So thank you for joining us. Once again, my name's Tom Hamp. I'm a business coach with Advocoach of Mid-Michigan. This was a Facebook Live video session called Tuesdays with Tom. And the people that put this on for me is Cold Box Live. This episode, as always, of Tuesdays with Tom is brought to you by Cold Box Live. Cold Box Live is a professional live streaming service that takes your live videos to the next level using professional production equipment, clear audio, and graphics like nameplates, logos, and more. If you'd like to take the hassle out of your next live video and look professional on screen, visit the link right here to learn more and book your session today. So again, thanks again for joining us. Again, share this with other people. Let them know what we're talking about. We'll see you every Tuesday at 9:30. and we'll see you next week.